Hey guys, I am back with another video, and today I am going to be showing you guys how I make my honey and turmeric soap. So if you watched my last video on how I make soap, then you will see how I do my measurements and everything. Well, I already measured out the different oils that I use. For my honey and turmeric soap, I use coconut oil, castor oil, and olive oil, and then honey here and turmeric. So everything is already pre-measured. The coconut oil is already melted and put into this bucket, and then I have my lye water that is already cool. First thing I'm going to do is check the temperature of my oils and my water just to make sure that they are within 10 degrees of each other. My lye water is 82 degrees and my oils are 78 degrees. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is what I found after doing this recipe a few times, what I found that helped me was dispersing my turmeric and my honey into my oils before I start before I add in my lye. So let me go ahead and get you guys in a little bit closer. I'm gonna put this in there. Ooh yeah. For the honey, you're supposed to do 1 teaspoon per pound of oils, and so I did the exact measurement, and so this is 0.75 ounces of honey. I'm so glad that this is just the oils. I do not know why I just did that so high up. Tripping. Now that I have those in there, I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. And I'm going to try to mix it really good to get the honey mixed in and get that turmeric dispersed throughout the oil. I believe I got that all nice and mixed up really good now. I am going to go ahead and start adding in my lye and mixing this bad boy up. And now that I have my stick blender assembled, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there, and I'm going to go ahead and burp it. Pause while I get the phone. Interrupted my video for a telemarketing call. How rude. Anyway, so I have this in here. I burped it already. Made sure I had that air bubble out of there. And just gonna give this a little mixy mix before I add in the lye. Ooh, yes, look at that beautiful golden color. Yeah. All right, so now I'm gonna add in the lye. Okay, because my recipe is 70% olive oil, it's going to take a little bit for it to come to trace the way I want it to, but then also the honey should kind of help that, because honey and lye feeds off sugar, so it is definitely going to accelerate the process once I start blending this up. So before I actually start to blend this up, I'm going to set up my molds so that I can be ready to transfer when it's time. Okay, I have my molds off to the side and we're ready to mix. Yeah, the color that this turns is so pretty. I really wish that it stayed this color, but it's actually going to lighten up. When I'm blending, I always try not to incorporate air, because one, if you get air under there, it can splatter all over you. Done it before, don't want that. And then also it does something to your batter. I don't know, it just does something when you get too many air bubbles in there. And then also you don't want to be scraping up your container, because you don't want particles from your container in your soap. So I think this is a good consistency, because by the time that I'm done scraping off this thing and getting ready to pour it into the bucket, it's going to get thicker because of that honey. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape off my stick blender. Scraping off my stick blender not only lets me get all of my product, it also helps with the cleaning process. I got that cleaned off good, I believe. I'm gonna set that right there. Please don't fall in. Should be thick enough to not fall in though. I never set my stick blender straight up when I'm done using it or in between uses. I always disassemble it every time. See, look how thick that got already. But I always disassemble my stick blender because I don't want it to fall over and splatter batter everywhere, because that's dangerous. Okay, so now it is time to start pouring into our molds. But look at that color. It looks like baby food, carrot baby food, but it's not edible. Don't try to taste it. Don't try to put it on you. Don't touch it with bare hands. Don't let it get on your skin. It will burn you. Not fun at all. Okay, have my molds nice and set up. And now it's time to pour. Oops, making a mess here, guys, but it is okay, because sometimes soaping is messy. I just don't like to be messy, so I try my hardest not to be, because the more mess you make, the more dangerous I think it gets, because you have this radioactive, not radioactive, you have this chemical that can burn you, you know, that is active and can burn you, and you just don't want it everywhere, my opinion. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tap these down with my spatula here. Now my honey and turmeric soap tends to gel. I do not care that it gels. That's another reason why it lightens up, is because it gels. It gels because of the honey in it. Actually, the very first time I made this honey and turmeric soap, it cracked. And I was about to cry, because I was like, I know I did something wrong. But like I said, guys, I didn't do anything wrong. That's just how it is. It's the pressure. It's really hot in the middle. And so the pressure is trying to escape from somewhere. And so it cracks in the middle. But you can't even tell. The first one that I made, you couldn't even tell after it had cooled down or whatever that it was cracked. So I was good. So now I'm just going to do a simple little swirly design on top or something. I don't know. Do something really basic, because my honey and turmeric, really, the top doesn't have to be all super fancy. I just like to play around and figure out what I like, and you know, things like that. I think I may pull out my spoon. I forgot to tell you guys what kind of honey and turmeric I use in my stuff. So the turmeric I use is this organic turmeric from Sam's Club. And then the honey that I use is this pure raw honey that I got from my local grocery store. And it is made it's called Cheat Woods, and it is made in Sapopo, Oklahoma. So this is what I use. I am all done with that. This is my soap. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe down below and hit that bell button so that you know the next time I post a video. And comment down below anything that you want to say, anything that you want to see, anything, okay? Thank you. I love you guys, and I'll see you next video. Bye.